Hello, guys. Merry Christmas to you. Uh, it is the season actually, so we have to greet to pass such greeting. Well, I am back and with my our Toppos point of sale system, which I'm presenting to you the second part of it. Yeah, in the first video, I was able to do the sales register. I was able to do settings and uh, a few things which are very critical to set us in the pace for this particular video. Well, in this particular session, I would like us to take a very few minutes or very short time so that I don't want the video to take a long time. So just right away, I'll be taking you through the other options which are available on the menu list. So just for a start, we'll be doing the stock list. We want to see how we will be able to maybe register a new stock which is coming into the store, and I will be able to see how many items are almost expiring. You see, when we're capturing details like those, it's very important to note that we need to identify items which are almost expiring, which are running out of stock, so that we can restock and maybe handle notification on that. Topo system is able to give you a notification when an item is threshold is reached. When you talk about threshold, is about the minimum items which should be in the stock for you to do or consider restocking. So in this case, I'm going to take you through the stock list. So I'll start by taking you through the menus. Is yesterday we were able to do the sales register and a few other things. So the first thing I want us to do is let's identify our customers. So when you're talking about customers, it's like creating a list of vendors will be suppliers and customers will be giving you the items. Remember, we need to track all these in our control list. So let me click on customers, and the first thing I'll see is these details for the customer. So in this case, you can be able to choose either a customer or a supplier in the same. So once you fill these details, then you'll be able to have them in the drop down, and then you can be able to add them accordingly into the when you are uh, carrying new inventory into the system. So this is very simple. It's just straightforward as it is. So we are not capturing a lot of details apart from these ones: the full name, cell phone number, email address, location, and then the physical address. Once you're done, then you can submit the details, and then our system will be able to uh, create items which you supply. So I'll go back to the main menu and take you the stock list. Now, when we talk about the stock list, this is the interface that we are presented with when we're doing a new stock. So depending on the kind of shop you have, then you should be able to choose to do the main fields which are key and critical in this particular case. So the example I showed you earlier on in the video, then it was about an hardware kind of setup for the shop, whereby you need to do indexing of fields and capturing of details of the items which come in the inventory. So our list is very simple, and as you can see, we're capturing a very key yet very critical fields for that particular item. Whatever item which is coming into the system must be captured so that you can be able to track how many items are in, how many items are selling, and all that kind of analysis is very key. So in this case, we'll track an item by we need a few details like item barcode, item name, description, then the quantity, the number of items now which are for this particular category, purchase price, how much are we buying at, and sales, how much we are selling at, which is a sales price. If you are offering any discount on that particular item, then you should be able to clearly indicate in this particular field. So in a case where you do have a barcode, maybe the item has no barcode, then the system will automatically generate a barcode for you. If you say no barcode, then once you check this particular checkbox, then it will autofill a very unique barcode for you or a reference number for you. So in that case, then you don't need to uh, this this number will automatically and uniquely identify this particular item in the system. So the other thing is the category. Remember the category we have to okay, the items which come in are categorized for the purposes of grouping. So in that case, we'll be able to key in the categories which are available, and the categorization is here. So with this, you can be able to fill new category so that it populates automatically in the drop down, this particular drop down. So once you add a new category here, then and then you save, the next session you'll see it available in the drop down here. So this is very dynamic. You can change as you deem. Then suppliers, I think I have already introduced the part of suppliers and customers. So once you fill in the suppliers in the drop down, all the suppliers will appear here. And then down here we have the shops. Sometimes someone might be running a business that is cutting across several shops, which you need to just fill them because maybe I have more than one store running the same business. Then I should be able to choose accordingly this particular drop down. So down here we have the tax application. If the item is tax, then you should be able to indicate here, and then the percentage will automatically apply. Then down here we have the unit of measurement. If you have maybe I'm selling, let me see what is here, coffee, mabati or something, or cement as weight. Maybe I'm selling a 50-kilogram bag, then I should be able to identify that particular unit here. Then we have the manufacturing date and expiry date. Why do we have these dates? These dates are very important in a case where maybe I'm doing perishable goods, but in an hardware, maybe this will not be very important. But in a case where I'm doing perishable goods, this expiry date is very important because we cannot sell when an item has already expired. Then again, it will enable the system to give um, automatic updates like notifications when an item is almost expiring. You can set the date like 5 days before it expires, then I should be notified. Then the system will be able to give you a notification, maybe through an email or even the system trace that an item is ready and you should reconsider restocking. So on the last part of the item feeding, then we have the notification whereby I want if I choose like 30, show notification when the stock goes below this number. So if my stock, which is a quantity here, uh, goes below this particular number, which is 30, then every time I log in, I'll be notified, or in the email, I'll be notified that this particular item with this particular reference number is running out of stock. So that way, uh, the the owner will be able to manage the stock very effectively and will be able to know at a glance and even notified when this particular stock is running out. So it prepares them to restock anyone. So in this case, let's do a new item, which I want to say it's cement. So in this case, I don't have a barcode, so I'll let the system generate for me. So we have this barcode generated. Then item name is Simba. I'll do Simba cement. Simba cement. Then item description is Simba cement 50 kilogram bag white. I don't quantity. Let me say I'm doing 45 bags. Purchase price. Let me say 800 per bag. I'll sell at 900 or maybe 950. I don't have a discount for this. Then the category will be cement. The supplier is down here. My main store is the shop. Then does tax apply? Yes, it applies. Unit of measurement, maybe I'll just say 50 kg bag. Then expiry date, maybe I'll do a very future date, which can be 2021 Feb or 9th. Let me say that. So if I've stocked 45, then let me be notified if the stock goes beyond below 20 pieces. So in that case, once you fill the details accordingly, then you should be able to save this. So this once you click on save, then it tells you that the item has already been added. So once I click OK, it comes here. This is our item on top here. So this is what we've already added into the system. So in a case where now this item goes below, okay, we have already restocked and new items have come in place. Remember, this number will change because we are saying once we start selling, maybe we sell 10 of them, then what remains will be maybe 35. So once it goes, you restock a new one, we'll need to just update the quantity, and that's it. We don't need to start a new all process of capturing the details. We already have all the details, so we only need to change the quantity of the item, that is restocking. So I think the big chunk is on maybe feeding the initial details, but once if it's updating, then we update few things, but the reference number, which is the barcode here, will always remain. So once we quote this or we query this, it will uniquely identify this particular item in the system. So that's how we do it. So in my case, I had already done other few items which are down here, and then we need to interact with this. So in a case where probably the items are so many, you can be able to sort them accordingly. So let me choose like the first item, which is number one. If I do, so I can see it is coffee. So if I want to search this and retrieve this particular item, I can type here using the description or the barcode. So in that case, let me use the barcode, which reads 35. I'll assume that you love the barcodes in mind, maybe, or a section of it. So if you remember part of it, then you can be able to retrieve that particular item. As you can see, it has already narrowed down to that particular coffee. So we can also use the description, which says coffee something. Of course, it has already come up. So there are two. If I want to narrow down, then I'll need to. Okay, they have the same description, I think but the reference, the code is very different. So they we have already narrowed down to that. Let's narrow down to our segment, which is already there. If I type segment, then you can see here we have already narrowed down to that particular item. So once you click on it, then the details will automatically populate on this particular interface. So we are good. You can update this in a very few steps possible. So that's it about stocking and restocking. That's maybe capturing inventory for the first time and then maybe updating the inventory. So that's very simple, and as you can see, you can always update. If you want to change this to 55, then it will once you click the update button, it will automatically update the value. So instead of now having the quantity has already changed to 55, as you can see. So that's how we will be able to manage all that chunk. So the next thing is category, which I've already said. It is just addition of a category, and if you don't want any of this, you can delete. So if I check on this, once you click this button, then you'll be able to delete that particular category. So as you can see, we have already deleted one. So you can add, delete category, and vice versa. The next thing is checking almost all expired stock. Remember, I told you that when we're capturing the details of a product, then we need to capture this expired date because it will give us a list of items which are ready to expire. So in my case, if I check these items, as you can see here, these are the items almost expiring. So all these are expiring in the next 5 days as we have categorized them. So the owner will be able to check and see that sure these items need restocking, okay, maybe you need to do something about it, because I don't know what they do with expiring items, but at least you are notified, so you can place them at a very fast end to sell them fast, so that you don't go on a loss. So that's it about this, and you can produce a report on this. If I click on this print expired or almost expiring item list, then I should be presented with a PDF report that has the items in place. So these are the items, and as you can see, the report is very straightforward. So I don't want to dwell much on the report, because it is just what the system has generated. So I want to take you to the next tab, which is stock threshold. Remember, when we were updating a new stock, there is this particular number which you are identifying here, whereby I should be notified when an item goes below this particular point. So this tab handles that, whereby if the item has already gone below that particular figure, then they will come in, and uh, this list will be growing if the items are not restocked. So it will give you a signal that you need to restock these particular items in this particular category. So the same way you can generate a report on this and give take that items low on stock, consider restocking. So this is a document or the report for that particular summary. So guys, I want to give you want to show you how the system our system is able to give you notification through the system tray. So the system tray is down here at very right hand corner. You will be able to see notifications which the system pops up. So in my case, we have entered the notifier to give us notification on items which are below the stock. So if once you open the system the first time you log in, then you'll see the notifications running on the system tray. So in that case, let me go back to main menu and log out this system. So once I log out of this system, then let me now log in as admin. So I want us to see this. As you can see here, this is the first thing which is coming in. Simba cement stock is way below the minimum limit. Total quantity remaining is 55. Minimum limit is 150, and all the others will follow as you can see here. So basically, these are the system kind of notification, whereby once you log in without even doing anything in the system, then you are notified that it gives you attention that you need to, without even going through the system and maybe generating a report on this. So the system notify is very important for any user of the system, because it gives you an upfront kind of view for you to be able to see what lies and what needs your immediate action. So with that, then I think I have done the bigger part of it. Then if I do employees, uh, I'm presented with an interface whereby I need to maybe fill details of the user of the system. Remember, in this case, uh, we are categorizing people in different departments, so that we can assign them controls. So in this case, when we are doing a new user of the system, we have three options whereby you can register them as admin, managers, or salespersons. So these people have been given different privileges and priority into the system. So as I said earlier on, a salesperson will always be able to view the cells and the logout only. The other, the other, the other buttons will totally be disabled for them. But the admin will be able to see. As I am logged in as the admin, I am able to see uh, all the buttons being active. So in that case, now that's a way we will be controlling who should see what and what time. So in this case now, our employees, you just capture the details of the employees, everything, and set the privileges. Once you're done, then you can be able to save the details accordingly. So in case where you want to update that person, then you change the details and then click this particular button. If you want to clear this, then it clears everything, and you are presented with a fresh interface where you can feed new details. So that's it. You can also be able to search an employee by number. I don't know which one comes. Let me do first. Maybe this number. I'll copy this and clear the details. Once I enter this and paste the code, then it automatically populates. So this is not like where like it fully searches for the whole string, not part of it. So if we remove the rate, then should not be able to search. So in this case now, then you will be able to edit and update the details of an employee who is already existing in the system. So thank you so much, guys. Because of time, I don't want to take a lot of time because I did the bigger chunk in the first video. So if you've not yet seen my first video, just go through it, and then you will be able to realize how much Toppos system is able to help you in your business. Remember, at the end of the day, we are trying to maximize our profit as we work on time. The time needed maybe to get a report, and even we need the data to be able to see, to manage the future, like restocking and all that. So basically, our Topo system is up to the point. And if you have any queries, you have any consideration, please write us. I'll be able to get back to your request uh, as you raise them. Thank you so much. May I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.